Yo, what's up gamers? Your boy Jake. Today I'd like to talk about something, okay? Well, first off, probably gonna be trading this car in soon. The big old Mercury Grand Marquis, I've driven in so many videos, including the one where I made fun of like nerds living in their parents' basement by eating chicken tenders or whatever, or tendies as I call them, yeah, this is the car I drove in that video too, and I'm gonna get rid of it soon. Not because it's bad or runs like crap or anything, but because, well, let's just say getting an E46 soon. I looked at two E36s. One was a bit pricey. It was a coupe 330i, nice, but they wanted $4,000 for it, and the window regulators were going in one of the windows, and the air compressor was noisy as so walked away because they wanted too much money for it. How's the second car? First car I looked at actually overheated. It was at some shady. It was one of those shady, sleazy car dealers, the ones you see everywhere. It was at one of those dealers, and the piece of overheated the second I drove it out. Like, I'm not even kidding. It overheated, like, whole. It was over, like, I'm not even kidding. I think I got it, like, halfway out the dealer, and the battery's flat, lined, and whatnot, and I'm like, I want a car that's gonna like heat when it's at the dealership, because that means they're selling straight up freaking junk. Anyhow, so I found an E46 at another dealer just not far from me, and it's just off the highway, and I'm gonna be test driving that soon, and might actually be rolling around in an E46 soon. Sure, it's an automatic, an all-wheel drive, but lots of E46s and E36s in my area are of course going to be automatic because, because a lot of people who bought them originally weren't street race drifters and that stuff, so yeah. That's the thing, but it does look like a nice car, and it'll be fun driving around in an E46 and whatnot. Anyhow, so let's get to the point of this video, shall we? Let's do this, okay? Furries. Oh my God. I love when people, like, especially those who aren't furries, but also those who are furries, they try to sanitize the fandom. They try to say it's this great thing where people pretend to be talking animals. You know why they're pretending to be talking animals? Well, it's either because it's a fetish or because they're trying to escape the sad, pathetic reality of their lives. Just like how when you see losers on the internet having icons of what they wish they looked like in real life, especially when it's of human form and not furry. I've seen that a lot too, but it's the same concept where you'll see people making up for the fact that their life's pathetic and whatnot, and that they don't look like they want to. They'll have some icon, which is an idealized version of themselves, to help escape the fact that they're still living a lifestyle and a life, and that they're still out of shape and overweight and whatnot. That's what they do, people. I've seen this so often with people on the internet, and the same goes with furries who like get too obsessed with their persona. But then you got the fetish people, okay? And the other thing with furries is that for a lot of them it's a fetish. A few days ago, Vice did some whole story about doing the usual bull. Furry's not a fetish, it's a new fandom, it's a new lifestyle. One, fandom for what? And two, the thing is, it's not really a lifestyle unless you consider living like a college student when you're 35 years old and wrecking your body because, your body's warranty ran out. Unless you consider that a lifestyle. I don't consider, like, the whole drink away all your problems and have sex all the time a lifestyle, but because that's what furries do at cons, people. Vice did some whole thing where they're like washing away all the problems of furries. They're like, oh, furries are this great fandom. It's the media that slanders them. Really? So a few days ago, this councilman was forced to resign because somebody found his So Furry profile and he put his fetishes in it, okay? Now, anybody, here's rule number one of the internet. Always compartmentalize your online life. I mean, sure, maybe that was like a bit much 15 years ago, but 15 years ago isn't around anymore, people. It's 2017, and people are going to find out everything you did if you put that on the internet. People will find out everything you do online. And the thing is when you've got a whole website with all your fetishes listed on it, and you're a like councilman or politician or whatever, you should know better. You should know better. I mean, even fake stuff they can use against you. I mean, like the whole Donald Trump piss thing, where there wasn't any proof it was real, but they were spewing that everywhere like it's real. If you're a politician, you should know that even fake rumors can ram your career into the ground. And the thing is, this dude had his fetishes listed, and what did he have under tolerates? Rape. Now, he also had in his favorites age play, but the thing is, if you're not some, like, internet dweller who knows what every fetish means, you might not know what age play means. You'd wonder what the f*** is this, and you have to Google it. But rape, everybody knows what rape means. You see the word rape, and you don't even need to, like, Google. You know what the it says they're into. And sure, you can say, oh, it's a fantasy all you want, but the thing is, it's a fun, especially with certain fetishes, it begins to become a fine line, and even some fetishes that are common in the furry fandom, you'll still find people arguing about the ethics of. I can name quite a few fetishes like that, to be honest. So, good luck trying to tell people you're a normal, productive human being when anybody can see your page on the internet and see that you've got these weird fetishes liked publicly. Oh, and you can say, ew, but you gotta sign up an account for it, and you gotta have an agenda to stuff. You know how easy it is to sign up for an account on a furry website? It's easier than it is to make a Gmail account. Just go to like cock.li or ProtonMail, make a email address, and then make a account on some furry website, and bam, you can see everybody's page that they thought was private. Well, sorry people, but guess what? Your page isn't private. It's not private at all. Anybody can see this on the internet. Anybody can see that you have weird fetishes listed on your likes. Okay, people? And then they go and try to say the fandom's clean, the fandom is perfect, it's for all ages. Bullshit, I tell you. Father, that's straight up and all that. That's all that bullshit. There's just so much of it, and these people are like, but we're such a good fandom. We're such a good fandom. We're such a good fandom. We're so perfect. We're all that good. Your fandom's just a bunch of degenerates looking for sex every day, because that's what the fandom is, people. That's what the fandom is. It's a bunch of crazy nerds looking for sex all day. That's what furries are. They're a bunch of nerds into that stuff. And they try to say they're not. Well, guess what? Sorry, but you are. Because I'm a furry, okay? And what makes you think I don't think furries are full of crazy people? I know firsthand that furries are not what they tell the public. They do, like, lots of groups that want to gain legitimacy. You know what they're not going to do? They're not going to tell you about all the bad things they know about. Because if they did, they wouldn't get new members in it. You see that about Scientology. You see that about shady, numerous shady groups on the internet. I mean, more than you can name. So many of them will do that. They won't tell you the whole story. They're just going to tell you a part of it. And furries, they love media coverage when it's one-sided. To just say furries are a fandom of like animals and they're all perfect. But like when you see the other side of it, the sexual side that's real common, guess what? what? They're gonna like tell you, oh, that's a lie. Not all furries do this, and that's complete horse. The second you look at who the like the biggest furfinity artists and whatnot, you'll see porn, 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 everywhere. That's how it is, people. Furries do that all the time. They're always into porn, and they try to say they're not when you know that's bullshit. Because guess what? They are. It's every fur. I've maybe met only like a handful of furries who aren't into the porn, and you know what? That phase never lasts long, because next thing you know, they're into the porn. That's how it is, people. That's how it is, like it or not. Furries are into furry porn. Sure, they'll say, oh, we don't have sex in fursuits, even though many do. You know what they will do? They will have, those same furries will have furfinity pages full of porn. I mean, you notice that with most of the furries who try to put on images and say, and defend the furry fandom in comment section. I knew a few like that. They'd be like, oh, not all furries are like that. Quit making fun of our fandom. Our fandom's perfect. And you look in their furfinity profile and you see exactly what people call out the furry fandom for being. Holy people. It's not hard to see. Furries just aren't what they are. They're not going to admit who they are. I tell you, that's what furries are like. And if you you know, but hey, they do like kicking people out of conventions for showing on talk shows and banning them from furry sites and stuff because, you know, you're making our fandom look bad. Hey, you're making our fandom look bad. Furries are perfect. Furries are freaking perfect. Quit making fun of us. They say they've got like 12 tabs. No, like 30 tabs of like Pokemon porn open on their goddamn computers. Because that's what furries are, people. That's what furries are. They're a bunch of people who like to pretend that they're things they're not. They love to do that. But guess what? Guess furries aren't who they seem to be, people. That's all that needs to be said. Don't know if there's really much more I can say, really, because, well, furries. If there's one thing they're good at doing, okay, now I remember why they do that. So that their parents, so that they can explain to their parents better when they're caught like on Furfinity again. And look, I knew a furry who was like browsing vor. If you don't know what that is, don't Google that because chances are it will literally give you brain damage knowing what that is. This dude was looking that in the front of class. Wow. Thanks for watching, people. Subscribe for more.